She wanted to know more. But when Cameron tried to get information from the state, she was denied. Like every other adopted child, state law sealed her original birth records and that of her biological parents for good.
New York State was no help at all. They will not give you your original birth certificate. They won't give you any names, phone numbers, nothing.
The law goes back to the 1930s. This is part of the original Assembly bill. It was signed by Governor Herbert Lehman, who adopted a child from a notorious baby broker. The law made it impossible for anyone to know how Governor Lehman adopted his child. Now there's an effort to change the law by the group called New York State Adoptee Equality.
It's important to me from a civil rights perspective.
Carolyn D'Agostino is the co-founder and a lawyer in Albany. She contacted me after my story about Peter Abey. Peter's application to the RPD was shut down when the department didn't believe he was an Asian Pacific Islander. That's the box he checked on his application. He was asked to show birth records to prove it. But as an adopted person in New York State, that's impossible. If someone were applying for a job and they were told to produce their parents' or grandparents' birth certificate and they themselves were an adoptee, the law in New York says right now you could not do that.
Correct. And for example, if you were to try to apply for a scholarship based upon your ethnicity, if they asked for proof of that, you might not be able to prove that.
Cameron Simpson was able to track down her birth mother through an ancestry DNA test, and then came the shock. Listen to the information about her birth that she got from her biological mother, information denied by the state. So you grew up with the name Cameron?
My whole life.
But the name on the original birth certificate is what?
Lucy.
Even her birth date is different. She's been celebrating it on May 28th. And on your birth certificate is what?
Supposed to be June 4th.
If the law in New York changed, how would that change your life?
For me, it would be knowing my identity, knowing my truth.
Now, the state tried to change the law last year, but it got so watered down that Governor Cuomo vetoed it. The Adopt Equality Group met with an assemblyman from the Bronx yesterday. I spoke with him on the phone. He's trying to get a bill number which starts this process officially. It would grant access to birth records at the age of 18, and we will track this bill until it gets a vote. Berkeley Brean News 10, NBC.
That is fascinating. Berkeley.
Oh my God.